it's Jennifer and welcome back to my channel. I am like extra giddy today because it's been like a week since I have sat down to film anything, and this whole time I'm like, there's still like X, Y, and Z videos that I want to film, and like when I get an idea to film or when I like have something I want to film, it's really hard for me to like not do it in like a reasonable amount of time. You guys are probably like, it's been less than a week since you put out your last video, and you would be correct. So I am an adult with a full-time job, which unfortunately means that I can get really busy sometimes, and so I do just pre-record everything and then like make them public on my YouTube channel at a sort of like a set time frame. Like I would say every like 4 days-ish, I like to have a video up. I don't have a schedule because I feel like that would just put too much pressure on myself, and then I would like get really anxious about it and quit. So yes, that is my rant of today. Alright, so that is enough chit chat. The palette that I wanted to share with you guys today is this Beauty Creations Cosmetics. This is their Olivia palette. I got this in a set with the Elsa palette, which is blue, and I've done a video on that one, so I'm going to link it somewhere on the screen and maybe down below, definitely down below. And I will be doing swatches and a tutorial for you guys using this. The Elsa palette, this is the Olivia. The Elsa palette was really impressive. I really liked their formula. It did have kickback in the pans, but it wasn't falling out of my eyes, and the colors were just so pigmented and impressive that I'm like super excited to try this one. So let's just get started. So like the Elsa palette, this palette also has talc and mica as the first ingredients, and then it has a sleeve that this comes in, and it's got like your glossy, your metallic print here, so the packaging is really awesome. Like the other palette, this one's not going to have a mirror. Take the plastic off here. This one does not have a mirror like the other one. That probably is my only complaint right now. The palette is really thin though, like it's really easy for you to carry around, and it's actually pretty sturdy, so I feel like if they would have put a mirror in here, it would have made the palette thicker, so I guess I don't really mind. But look at all of these colors. They are just so pretty. It has a lot of really nice shimmers. I like that they have, you know, shades of green and navy in here and not just like your classic neutral shades, but I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these for you first. Okay, so here are the first 17-ish colors from the palette. As you can see, the ones down here, the ones on the top, are very just like neutral champagne-y colors, so they're not showing up super well against my skin, especially in this lighting. But once you got down to here into like the more opaque mattes, into these shimmers, I mean, look at this green and red. Like this would have been the perfect Christmas palette. And even some of these mattes are swatching pretty good. They feel really buttery in the pan, and I would say so far they're swatching about the same as Elsa. And again, I have like actually my arms are probably super dry. I don't even have moisturizer on them, let alone primer, and these are all just like one swatch with my fingers. And so yeah, these are the first couple colors, and I will show you the rest of them in a hot second. So I'm just finishing up swatching the other half of this palette for you guys, and look at these colors. These like give me like, I love warm colors, I love neutral colors. This would have been such a perfect fall palette, but I realize it's like not fall anymore and spring and summer are coming, but you can still make it work. I mean, okay, for one, this mustard gold, like, yes. Alright, let's get started on the tutorial. So as you can see, I have kind of the rest of my face on except for lips, so I'm just going to go and just do the eye tutorial for you guys. And to set the foundation that I have on my eyes, I am going to use this sort of like, I don't know, sand color? They don't really name these colors in some of these palettes, which I don't really mind because sometimes when palettes have names in them, it makes the palette bigger because of the packaging, and I am all for less packaging. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go with this yet. I am going to use this color and this color right here, and I'm going to use those almost as like a transition shade, but also just to like darken up my crease a little bit. So I think the hard part is not knowing what's navy blue and what's forest green, because like these three colors look exactly the same in the pan, and I did not pay attention when I was watching them as to what is what. So I'm going to go in with this one right here, regardless of what color it is. And I'm going to pop that into my crease. I'm using a tapered brush so that it's kind of concentrated. I want the yellow that I've put on there, kind of like salmon-y yellow, to still pop out. So admittedly, I kind of wish this was navy, but it turned out to be green, so we're gonna roll with it. And I believe this also looks like a green, so we're gonna go in with this in our outer corners of our eyes, and that is just going to darken up this eye look and give it some definition. And I'm gonna go and do a cut crease. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between like the color that I used in my crease and the color that I used in the outer corners of my eyes. I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics concealer to do a cut crease. I feel like I've been really obsessed with cut creases lately because I just feel like they are the solution to getting eyeshadow to be visible and pretty for hooded eyes like mine, especially because my eyes are uneven. It kind of fools you into thinking that they're even. I usually do my cut creases only about halfway across, so there's where I'm gonna stop. And then going back in with this color right here, this is the one that I used on my crease. I'm going to take a very small brush that is oval shaped, and I'm just going to use that into my crease and define that line a little bit where my cut crease is. So because I was so in love with this gold color right here, I'm going to use that. Using my fingers, I'm patting that into where I've put the concealer on my eyes. I am so obsessed with this gold right now. I'm gonna go pop on eyeliner and lashes quick, and we'll be right back. So I've got this graphic eyeliner look on right now, and I'm actually going to try something different. So I've got this like flat brush, and I'm going to take this like shimmery green that's right here, and I'm going to fill in where that outline is and see how that goes. I feel like it doesn't contrast as well as I liked it to. I don't know, I hope it's showing up on camera. This shimmer green and this like forest green is almost the same color, and I feel like when I open my eyes it's just going to disappear anyway, but let me just put on my lashes quick. So while those are drying on my eyelids, I'm going to go back and take that green color and pop it on my bottom lash line, and it's kind of the same thing as before. I'm not going to do the gold down here just because I just wanted to pop on the top. So I'm just finishing up this look real quick with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick, and this one is in Buff. So I think that completes my look. I don't know if I'm in love with this look, and I'm okay with the way the eyeshadow is performed. So let me tell you the couple things I'm disappointed with in this palette. These three darker colors right here, I feel like showed up on this exact same on my eyes. Like I tried re-swatching them, and if you like really get them to be really opaque, they're different colors, but once you put them on the eyes, they show up to be the same color. Also, this shimmer that I used right here, even though it swatched really beautifully, it did not go on quite as opaque as I wanted it to try to fill in my wing. I feel like I probably should have tried it with some sort of like setting spray, because it did hang on to the glue right here near my lash line really well, and it is brighter there. But I don't know. This palette, like I was really excited about the Elsa one. All the colors that I tried in there were really nice. This one, I mean, I've used a couple colors out of here and most of them were already a miss. This yellow one I really liked. I really liked how well it actually did show up on my skin tone, and this gold, you guys, was just to die for. But I think these greens are just, they just really kind of missed the mark for me. Am I disappointed that I got this palette for $20 and the greens aren't working? Not really, because I don't usually use greens. I really wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone for this look, hence why you got something totally different. I feel like the other colors, you know, once you get into these browns and these reds, are probably going to perform like any other color. The ones in the Elsa palette, the browns and reds, performed beautifully, but that one didn't really have any greens, and that was what I was excited about with this palette. And it just was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. And yeah, like if, you know, unless you really want this color palette, I would suggest going with the Elsa instead of this one, just because these are just my first impressions, you guys. So that is the end of my spiel. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button here before you go. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye!